let's go ahead and look at some of these vehicles on Marketplace. Some of these vehicles are newer, some of them is going to be older, but we're going to just kind of see if they're worth the money that the people are asking. The first one we're going to click on is this Ranger. It's a 99 Ford Ranger, regular cab $1,000. It's been driven 200,000 miles. Used. The description is used truck for sale. They have one picture. Now, by the way it looks, they have the little 2x4 here holding it in place. It hadn't moved for a while. There's not a very good description on this one. This one would be kind of like a look and see type of deal, and see you know, if $1,000 is worth it. The next one on the list is a 97 Ford F-150 Super Cab long bed. It says it was driven 287,000 miles, 495 miles. Excuse me there. Um, this one has a pretty good description. It says it's a 98 Ford pickup. Was running when parked, needs a new battery, makes a first vehicle for a boy. Also would make a good project truck before parked. New fuel pump and EGR valve. Tires are Firestone, less than 500 miles on them. We'll talk trade. Mileage, actual mileage, but under 200,000. So, this is just another one you'd have to put a battery in and see what the actual mileage is. As you can see in this picture, the bed is creased right there, but it is a short bed. The description calls it a long bed. This side of the bed is also damaged. That door looks okay. That looks okay. There's not a real good picture of the tailgate. The front bumper is bent. The grill's intact. It looks like both the headlights. You can't see that one side marker light, but it looks okay. And, you know, on this one, you might be able to get your $1,000 back out of it if you were thinking about purchasing it and putting some money into it. I know this body style is pretty popular in the junkyards. You may or may not be able to get some money back out of this one if you were able to buy it, put some money into it, drive a little bit, and then turn around and sell it. Okay, now it shows this front fender. Can't make that out, but that looks like Triton, but I can't tell if it's 5.4. I know Ford put a six-cylinder, a small baby V8, and then the 5.4. Overall, I feel like that's probably well worth the money. Let's see, what else can we find here? 75 GMC van. They want $4,500 for this van. Driven 579,000 miles, 3 owners. It does have a pretty good description on here too. 75 GMC van, daily driver, 350, runs good, drives good, no issues. Uh, check engine light, rust, usual places. Well, okay, guys, here's a funny one. In 1975, there was no check engine light. So this is a carbureted vehicle. So these people don't even know what in the world they're even talking about. It says it has a clean title, which those other two didn't say if they had a title or not. But yeah, 1975, no check engine light. That's kind of funny. Overall, it looks like it's fairly straight. There's a small dent right there in the door. It has Keystone or Krager's on it. I can't tell. Um, these vans are coming up into popularity, but people really want the shorty vans. This one looks like it's a little bit longer van. Looks fairly straight. Still cracked up because they said there's no check engine lights. Aftermarket steering wheel. The guy's actually wearing pretty decent shoes, it looks like. The dash doesn't look cracked. The seats look to be covered, so you probably have to get the seats redone. But then overall interior looks fairly decent. I couldn't tell about the windshield. Okay, back here, yeah, they just started trying to personalize this vehicle. So uh, I don't know what they were doing with these back two seats. I just, if this is your cup of tea, I'm not 100% sure how much these vans are actually going for, but it's a $2,000 van all day long, in my opinion. I don't see anything that makes this one stand off from anybody else in the crowd. And let's go see what we can find. 1966 Chevrolet pickup. Okay. Manual transmission says it had driven 59,000 miles. Uh, it says it's 250, 3-speed manual on the floor, fresh tune up, oil change, new gas tank, rebuild carburetor, all new brakes, front and back, drives and stops as it should. It has awesome patina and makes a nice shop truck. Come drive it home, title in hand. So this one does have a title too. Uh, it does look like it's all one color. The grill's in good shape. The bed right there's whammied pretty good. Uh, I'd like to see the lug bolt pattern to see if it is a half ton or 3/4 ton. It is a long box, lowered with some different hubcaps and maybe some steelies. That truck would look pretty good. Oh, this whole fender's rusted out you know, as they typically do, but that could be fixed and the patina might have been able to be matched. The tailgate looks like it's pretty solid. And it says it's from somewhere. I can't. Oh, look at the roof. It's been whammy too. So I know one of these trucks are good running driving condition are up in value too. The interior looks like the seat's been taken care of. It looks like a tan interior with a baby blue outside, maybe. It only has the straight six. That's probably the 250. Would be an everyday cruiser. The rockers don't look all rusted out, so this looks to be a pretty solid truck. Um, I'm not going to lie to you, I really don't know what the market value on these are right now, but I think $5,800 is a little steep. But these trucks are getting harder and harder to find, especially complete ones. Now we're going to a 72 Chevrolet pickup. It says it was driven 100 km, automatic transmission. The description, just to be clear, this is not the truck you'll be get. This is not the truck you will just get running on, put on the road. It's a full restoration project. It has a Alberta title, 350, coil springs, automatic transmission. So apparently that actually it was a truck that came from Canada. It has a chicken chasers on it. This front fender is whammied pretty good. It's going to need rockers by the way it looks. Going to need the seat redone. That bed sides look pretty good. So this could possibly be a good candidate to cut down and make into a short box. Yeah, it's definitely going to need rockers and that little door rust, and this front fender's bent. Tailgate looks pretty solid. Doesn't look really beat up. And then there's your issue. You know, the motor's been left open. That motor's probably locked up. So you are looking definitely at probably a motor. And it needs some floorboard work, which is probably typical on these trucks. Yeah, that front fender's whammy pretty good. I guess those were pictures were when he went to go pick it up. How much did he want for this one? $1,500 for that truck. Uh, I know they make every panel for that truck. You know, you get your metal parts. You know, $1,500 for this truck probably is not a bad buy. I'm not going to say it isn't. Here we have a 71 C10 Super Cheyenne. Now, the Super Cheyennes are the more popular trucks in this era. I don't think it's worth $10,000 by the way it looks. It's going to have to be fairly rust free, fairly straight. It doesn't look like it has the upper rust in the drip rails. It has the odometer's been rolled over. The paint looks pretty decent. Now we're back to the full first picture. Let's see. Let's see what the description says here. It says 358 cylinder. Doesn't say anything about runs and drives. It says it has a clear title, no trades. Guys, I really don't feel like this is a $10,000 truck all day long. It might be a second owner truck, but these trucks right here, fully restored. I mean, brand new paint, the engine put almost back to the way the factory rolled them out. They're high 25, high 26s for a fully refurbished truck. And this one's far from that. The paint might be original, but I honestly don't believe that's a $10,000 truck at all. These guys are probably starting high, but I see I see about $5,000 is the most I'd give for that truck after I drove it and verified it ran because it is straight. And here we go. We got a 78 Ford with a flatbed. Looks like it used to be a tow truck with a title, $2,500. The bed on this one, depending on what bed they were using, now there's only two pictures. That's really helpful. Long as that was, they make a manual and a winch boom on these beds, and depending on which bed that was, with some research, the bed alone might be worth $2,500. If you wanted to make you a shop tow truck or use around the property, this might be a good candidate. It doesn't say anything about running and driving. You can't clearly tell how long it's been sitting. So on this one, it really just depends on if that bed's complete, if it has everything that you need for your wants, if that is going to be suitable. But I would believe if that bed worked, you know, that's worth 25,000 or $2,500. You know, let's see here. Let's see what else we can find. We might have to start manually searching for some other ones. Here's another 67 through 72 pickup. It's a four-wheel drive model. They want 5,000. It's 3/4 ton four-wheel drive. Titled as a 69, but it has different parts from other years. Was running, just died. Wasn't getting any spark, so I bought a new distributor, installed it. It has spark, but still won't start. Gone through. I have two other doors for $5,000 for another project. It doesn't look like it's too reasonably straight on the door in the front part of the bed. It has a bunch of rust in the door. It's going to definitely need doors, but he said he had two other doors. The grill's broke. Something about this front corner on that grill doesn't look very. And they changed it to buckets with the center console. Tailgate has rust. It has the back bumper is a drop bumper, but it's bent up. And it has rust in the rockers, which is typical, but without verifying that it run, being a four-wheel drive model, that does make the value go up. You're taking a risk with that motor. It could have jumped timing. It could have done some internal damage. I don't know on this one, guys. Please comment on this one on how much you would give for this 72 if you're looking for a project. Oh, I think they said that was 69. I'm sorry. Oh, here's another one. It's a step side 72 step side 350 with a 350 trans, needs rebuilt. And that's all they put in the description. So they didn't tell us if the engine needed to be rebuilt. 350. Oh, the engine does need to be rebuilt. I had to slow down and read that. What in the world did that go so fast for? Okay, quick. Shows to be, looks like it's complete. Okay, let's get back to where I was. It looks to be straight. Interior looks really, really clean. It has a badging. Looks like it originally was green. I don't see no rust in the rockers, which being in Denver, that's kind of remarkable unless they repaired them. The bed needs a floor. Dang it. I keep hitting my little thingy and it's bouncing. The bed definitely needs a new wood kit. It doesn't show a good picture of the tailgate. And I don't think, did he say how much he wanted for this? No, it just says $1. I don't know what to tell you about that one. Okay, so let's search marketplace. Let's just type in 1985 Chevy truck. See what we get. Here's a 79 fuel type gasoline. They want $1,800 for it. 79 long pack. Okay, it has a bad motor. Was knocking. They don't have any time for it anymore. It looks like it's fairly straight with these crappy pictures, and it's already been lowered. That oh crap! That one fender did have some damage. For a, and it doesn't even say if it has a title. Oh, it has a title. Maybe I need to slow down on these descriptions. But it is a long box. There's no pictures of the interior. This truck right here, I'd probably offer 1,000 for, depending on how far I had to travel to get it. Now here we go. We have a 86 regular cab long bed for $4,000. Well, it has nice, pretty new rockers, adjustable. Says it has, looks like it said 383. Honda lawnmower in the back. Don't care for the wheels on this truck at all. No steering column, no radio. Seller's description. Let's read that. Want to trade for a running vehicle, 500 horsepower motor, aluminum dart heads. Competition kit was built by Dream Chasers in Amarillo for $9,000. Just want to trade for a vehicle. Well, you put $9,000 into your engine and you still don't have a running driving truck. And it's a long bed on top of that. I feel like, you know, for $4,000, you could keep your engine, sell the truck for the body for 1,000, and get rid of it. I mean, you don't $9,000 in an engine, you're never going to get that back. Not for a daily driver. Here's another one. This one actually has a video of it running. You can clearly tell in the picture that the belt is not lined up with the other pulley. It's an 81. It's a short box. They want $1,500 for this one. No, it's a long box. I'm sorry. Can I leave them pictures? Everything looks fairly straight. The interior needs lots of work. So, the seat needs definitely redone. I don't know where this one's at. Oh, this one's in Pampa. It's one owner. Good project truck. Truck has rust and some minor help in Pampa. Have others as well. That truck right there, if it ran and drove, well, it's running. If it drove, I don't think he's very far off on the price. These pickups, like I said, they've been going up. $1,500. That truck's worth that all day long. Running, driving pickup is worth $1,500. We already talked about that one. There's another van. Let's go to the OBS style short box. Let's see what they have to say. Driven 200,000 miles, have GMC 2500, good engine, manual transmission. Let me know on the parts, no title. Okay, he's basically selling this one for parts. Well, that was weird. It had 6 lug wheels on it. So I guess that one is 4-wheel drive. I didn't see uh, any shifters inside the interior. I always like that kind of grill. The engine's complete. It shows to be a manual, but it doesn't show to Well, yeah, it is a four-wheel drive. So, you could ask him if you could buy that for $1,000. There's ways that you could get a title for it. Oh, here we go. 1986. Blue, interior blue, two owners, vehicles paid off. I don't see any video. Just there it is. 86, 1500 or best offer trade, 3/4 ton pickup, had a bad motor. Good Kansas title. A lot of people are taking these 3/4 tons and, they're lowering them and doing like they do with the half tons. They dried rougher than hell, but there's only two pictures of it, and what we can see is it looks like it's a fairly straight platform, but for $1,500, $1,000 for the body all day long is not a bad price. Here we go. This one supposedly has a video of it running. Let's see. Doesn't sound too bad. That's one thing I've never been able to get to work on my own personal ads is the videos. It will run and drive on. It needs a new wiring harness. I have a painless universal harness will come with the truck. Project Rust and Usual Goods Glass. I'm usually available any weekday and most weekends. $4,200. He's motivated to sell. And I wish I'd quit doing that. It has a rust in the normal spots. I don't like the wheels. It has a pretty big whammo in the hood. It looks like a long narrow. That would be kind of a cool truck to have. It needs carpet. Looks like it probably needs a bunch of interior work. I believe the heater controls are missing, so you wouldn't have heat. And you can see sunlight in the floorboards over there. Rockers and look okay. Now we're back. Depending on your budget, this might not be a bad truck for if you could get into it for 3,500 bucks or so. It still needs a lot to make it even a daily driver, and that looks like that front fender is a little whammied, but it runs good. Now we have an 81 Chevrolet regular cab long bed, 900 bucks. I can already tell you by the first picture the motor's missing. Yeah, it's a roller and solid. It's in Pampa. Um, it looks straight. Looks like some of the missing body parts are in the bed of the truck. It's definitely missing probably the motor and transmission. 900 bucks. There's no interior pics. 900 bucks. I'd have to say, if you had a motor and transmission laying around, you probably could get that back on the road fairly easy and have a cool shop truck vibe. Here's a 79 for $500. It clearly states it doesn't have no engine or transmission. So, and again, it just depends on. This one has a little bit more patina if you're into that, and it's straight. So you could cut this one down into a short box if you wanted to. The interior doesn't look too beat up. It definitely is going to need a dash pad, but that pickup's 79. That makes it uh 45 years old. The grill's complete. Well, it's missing one little deal right there, but the front end's pretty much complete. If you had a motor and transmission throw in that thing, uh, cut it down into a short box, uh, that would probably be a pretty nice little shop truck type of truck to have. And I'm not going to complain. The bed alone, the doors, that's well worth $500. And that's what I'm getting at kind of on this. You gotta make your dollar work for you when you're kind of searching on marketplace, because it's getting out of there. Here's a 77. No title. Parts are sell as whole. Well, I know in the state of Texas, I've been through it, and you can get a bonded title for these. So no title doesn't scare me, but in that particular situation, I would have to minus the getting the title work done out of the price of the vehicle. So I'd offer them the same price as that other one, about $500. It looks like it's been repainted. So this one really doesn't have no patina. It doesn't have any really patina or anything. So I actually like the other one with patina better. 86 Blazer. It's 4-wheel drive. That's not anything that we might even remotely be interested in. They just want to sell the bed. They want $11,000 for this truck. It's been reshot, repainted. That's not the correct blue, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. We love this 85 long wide, good running. It has newer upholstery. No AC. It is a nice looking truck. It really is. I just don't know the windshield. It needs a windshield. They scratched it with the windshield wipers. How did I skip over to that one? I don't want to look at that one. I want to look at this one. I don't know, guys. I kind of like the wheels. It says it's only been driven 64,000 miles. I kind of might find that hard to believe too. Interior does look fairly nice. Those can go in the trash all day long. Who needs dice locking? It has an AC there, so I bet you could get the AC working. I don't know, guys. Tell me how much you think that's worth. I don't know if that's worth $11,000 or not. This one actually has a video of it driving. It's a ramp truck. Now that would be kind of cool to have if you're into going and getting junk cars and stuff. It looks straight. Interior's not too bad on it. Looks like it has a newer crate 454. Dually ramp truck for 454 standard transmission. It has been sitting though. $7,500 for this ramp truck. I know they're useful for the right people. The bed looks really decent. It doesn't look too beat up. It has decent ramps. It would haul anything that you wanted to haul for 10 miles a gallon. It doesn't have any really patina or anything, so I actually like the other one with patina better. Uh, 86 Blazer. It's four-wheel drive. That's not anything that we might even remotely be interested in. They just want to sell the bed. They want $11,000 for this truck. It's been reshot, repainted. That's not the correct blue, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. We love this 85 long wide, good running. It has newer upholstery, no AC. It is a nice looking truck. It really is. I just don't know the windshield. It needs a windshield. They scratched it with the windshield wipers. How did I skip over to that one? I don't want to look at that one. I want to look at this one. I don't know, guys. I kind of like the wheels. It says it's only been driven 64,000 miles. I kind of might find that hard to believe too. Interior does look fairly nice. Those can go in the trash all day long. Who needs dice locking? It has an AC there, so I bet you could get the AC working. I don't know, guys. Tell me how much you think that's worth. I don't know if that's worth $11,000 or not. This one actually has a video of it driving. It's a ramp truck. Now that would be kind of cool to have if you're into going and getting junk cars and stuff. It looks straight. Interior's not too bad on it. Looks like it has a newer crate 454. Dually ramp truck for 454 standard transmission. It has been sitting though. $7,500 for this ramp truck. I know they're useful for the right people. The bed looks really decent. It doesn't look too beat up. It has decent ramps. It would haul anything that you wanted to haul for 10 miles a gallon. Okay, well, let's look at a few more here. 85 K5 Blazer has title. Wasn't going to really look at the K5 Blazer because I don't know much about them and their values per se, and any comments or anything like that. I don't know what a K5 Blazer in your area is going to be worth. First off, it has a stupid skull on the grill. The grill does look good. The headlight needs some adjusters, it looks like. Definitely probably going to need four tires. The body looks straight. Interior needs a bunch of work. More stupid skulls. That's not the factory door panel. That's been pop riveted on. The dash looks. Can't tell if the dash has been cut up or not. More stupid skulls. It's going to need this window for this back. I don't know how much those are worth. The wheels aren't matching, but the body actually looks kind of straight. There's not a picture of the back of the vehicle, though. You know, the bad thing about the K5 Blazer or any four-wheel drives is when you buy one of those, it says it's been sitting for 9 years. It might start up and it might run fine, but you're going to have to go through your, you know, brakes. I don't know how expensive that glass is for that top. It doesn't look like it has a whole bunch of body rust in it or anything. This one, like I said, I hate to say number money wise, it's a good buy or not. A straight Blazer. I know the two-wheel drive Blazers are worth a lot more than the four-wheel drives, but I don't know on this one, guys. I just don't know. I don't think I would pull out $3,000 and hand it to him for this. Um, it doesn't even say if it has a title. So I know I've done it once before, and I said it once before in this video. I would have to minus that out of the asking price if it said didn't have a title. Let's go down here and look at this one. This is a 87 Blazer 2500, no title, river toy. So this one's probably been taken down the river, beat up on a little bit. Uh, it does have 3/4 ton axle swapped, so that makes this one uh, a little bit more valuable if it had the right rear end and front end. Needs new gearbox installed, so I would say that the gearbox is leaking pretty bad on it. Most people, and it has a pretty decent lift on it. If you were looking for just a toy to use, and again, only two dang pictures, so for $1,500, or sorry, $2,500, the 3/4 ton axles and the body doesn't look too bad. That might be if I wanted to get into the four-wheel drive game and go play or go hunt, you know, that might be almost worth the money. As I yawn, let's get back into stuff I'm actually trying to look at here. Now, here's a 75 3/4 ton Chevy truck, $1,800. It's rusty and crusty. It has a utility box, 4-speed transmission. Now, I have been looking around. I wouldn't mind finding one of these with the 4-speed transmission. It doesn't run. $1,800. It has a title and it's in Pampa too. Now that utility box on that, if you were to go ahead and lower it, it has some pretty nice patina. That might make a pretty good shop truck. The box doesn't look all tore up. Sorry, I'm yawning. It does need a grill. It does need a side marker light, but that does have some pretty nice looking patina on it. The interior needs its, seat, probably dash cover. It has a spotlight on it. Can't tell if that's rust or just a whole lot of dirt accumulation. Looks like one of the glasses are out on the doors, if not both. Oh, cool. It actually had the wood bed in the utility bed. Um, it's missing the gate, the tailgate. I, but that looks like the factory front on the bed, so you'd have to find a tailgate. Looks like they took a factory bed and put the side boxes on it. The bed alone on that one, I heard that those are getting kind of popular, and the utility beds. That one, it doesn't even say what motor or anything in it. I would offer him $1,500 for this truck all day long, just because of the bed. That I think that'd make a pretty cool bed. And like I said, if you lowered it and you took care of that patina, oh, look at him yawning again. I'm sorry, guys. That might make a pretty cool looking shop rig, or even a daily driver. You ain't gonna get crap for gas mileage again, though. Let's scroll down and look at a few more of them. We already seen the ramp truck. This one has a video, and it's actually running. They want $1,500 for that truck. It's a Big 10. Going to need a bumper. Has some rust starting in the front fender wells, which I think the 79s, I think the 73s through the 79, they had the typical rust in the upper fenders. And I think they changed it. It's a automatic. Yeah, it's automatic. Needs a dash pad, needs a glove box door put back on. Golly, I don't know why I'm yawning so much, guys. Sorry. Uh, Typical seat redo. The bed doesn't match. They only have one picture. Well, no, in this other picture, they have a picture. The bed doesn't match. I don't think the bed matches. The colors ain't right. So they put a bed on something else. $1,500 for a run-in truck. That's probably a decent deal if you're looking for a project truck, because as long as it ran, you know, it sucks that the bed is not the same color as the truck. So you would have to try to match the patina or something on that bed. Another Blazer, we're not going to look at that. Here's one for $2,500. It's a 79 Big 10. Shows that it's running. I hope this is not the same truck we just looked at. No, it is not. The interior needs a lot of work, but I know there's a company in Oklahoma that makes every panel. These pictures kind of suck. You get this picture, it doesn't look like the hood's bowed like most of them. It does not look like it has a rust in the front. It is a Big 10 sticker. It's missing the tail light on this side, but those are fairly cheap. This is another one. It does not say if it has a title or not, so of course, I'd have to minus that to get a title out of it. Uh, Looks like it's fairly straight though. Looks like it's fairly been unmolested. I wish he would have gave more pictures of the outside. I don't know. I can't make a decision on that one because I can't see the whole body. They want $4,000, a little over $4,000 for this truck. Clean title, no seller description, looks straight. I don't like those stupid stacks sticking out of the bed, so they cut a hole in the bed. To me, that diminishes the value of it. And it looks like we don't have no interior pics, period. So, you know, they keep saying the value of these pickups are going up, but I don't see that being a $4,000 pickup. I wouldn't give $4,000 for it. Here's a 77 for $4,000. It looks straighter. It looks like it's a factory white. There's chrome wagon wheels on it. Um, it says it's a 77, runs, drives, factory, no power steering or AC, has 305, 3 on the tree. Scroll down. Got it in a trade. Don't know much about it. Can include a 6.0 block that's been machined for extra money. We'll trade for other Pontiac cars. Oops. Anything that's cool. It's a straight truck. I mean, it's a very good straight truck. It has some newer captain chairs in it, it looks like. Green door panel, red dash pad. Don't care for the steering wheel. This one, I don't understand why people think all the Chevrolet long beds are worth so much money. I know the short beds are real hard to find. I would have to go down there and drive this one and see if this was worth $4,000 or not. I'm up in the air on this one, guys. I couldn't tell you if I'd give $4,000 for that truck or not. Here we're going to be looking at 82 Classic, $1,800. Has an Edelbach carburetor. Another video of it running. Wish I could get my videos on there. Let's see. 350 Project Chuck. No interior, but needs transmission work. Interior is gutted. $2,000. The bed's been whammoed right here. I wouldn't say the interior's gutted. It doesn't have no carpet. The bezel's missing. I don't know what's going on with that. And again, a no title truck. So you'd have to take the expense and time off this truck too to make it worth your money for the title. Let's look at this one, Suburban. Taking forever to load. It is a two-wheel drive Suburban. Always did like this kind of body style. It is an 89, so that means it'd be throttle body, $2,000. Title in hand, new fuel pump, nice project piece. Couldn't put any more money into it. So either he's just not wanting to put any more money into it, or he doesn't have the money for the other projects. It's going to need the grill. It looks like it's been hit right here. That doesn't look like it might be the same color fender, but it's questionable. Well, yeah, I think this is just all faded. It's missing one of the rally wheels for sure. It's straight other than that one door. The interior on that one's actually fairly clean. Windshield's cracked up. That one's in Pampa. That's doors. Barn doors. I like the barn doors a lot better than the tailgate. This one door's been whammoed, and back here's been whammoed, it looks like. Needs a mirror. Ha! The interior on this one, I have to say, is fairly clean. It does have the overhead console. It does have the nice wood grain interior. It needs carpet. You know, to me, it does need some work. $1,500 lowering kit. I would want to make sure that it had the other rally wheel. Those rally wheels are really going up in value. Um, I would offer him $1,500 for this Suburban all day long. Like I said, put it on, drop it, get the grill fixed, probably put some something to shine it up a little bit, some patina stuff. I can't tell in the picture when the last time it was tagged. Uh, but if it ran and drove, $1,500 all day long would be my offer on that one. Okay, let's blow yellow water. Let's look at a Ford. It's rusted out over the bed, missing tailgate. There's a 351 automatic transmission. Was running, needs flex plate. $1,000 for this truck. It's a super cab. The interior doesn't look like it's all beat up. Somebody put in some aftermarket speakers. Looks like the interior could use definitely cleaning. The front of it looks really, really straight. That's other than the rust and those other over the truck in the bed, over the wheel wells in the bed. Is what I'm trying to say, guys. It doesn't look like it would take much to get that one kind of shined up and have you a decent truck. I don't particularly care for the extended cabs to be lowered, but this might look good with a little bit of a lowering in it. And if you're kind of a mechanic, I've seen those flex plates. It says it needs a flex plate for the starter, but I've seen them where the bolts just come loose and you just have to tighten them up and be done with it. I mean, I know that means separating the motor and transmission, but let's see. Ooh, one for $6,500. Come on, boot, boot, boot. Hello, boot. Thank you. It always seems like the ones with the videos take longer to boot. Clean title. Runs and drives. Does have rust. They want $6,500 for that. Looks like this video didn't. It is a clean looking truck. It looks like it has some rust in the hood. I definitely don't think that's a $6,500 truck. It has a rust back here. These people have lost their mind. And I would like to know how much rust is underneath that stupid plastic bed cover. Windshield's cracked, as you can see. Doors look good. Interior looks overwhelmingly good. But I don't think this is a $6,500 truck. I would go down to 4,000. This is probably really worth $4,000. I want to know how many times that's been rolled over. It has some decent tires on it. And the interior is really in good the condition, but I don't think that's a $6,500 truck all day long. And of course, we're out of pictures again. So let's scroll back over here. The hood is not whammoed, but it is rusting up here. Doesn't look like it's shutting correctly. I just don't feel like that's a $6,500 truck. Here's a $4,000 truck. Really, they had to paint all the dash red. I don't know if I like that or not. The door panels are kind of cool. Looks like they were repairing rust back there. No bumper. I guess he wants us to see that he has pretty chrome exhaust tips. I don't like that red on that dash at all. It does have all four rallies, and I don't like the grill painted red either. And then he has that picture and that picture. Let's see. Transmission leaks when not. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I say it needs some work, but I don't think that's. It's got a bunch of. I don't mind body filler and stuff like that, but I don't think so. So we got 79 G Series G30 manual transmission, white Chevy pickup that converted into a wrecker, was a dually, which they misspelled dually. It has a 454 in it, needs batteries, and a throwout bearing being sold as in turns over, but the batteries are very weak. I know they have to put the not for hire signs on there, but they still have to kind of insure it as a record, and that makes that insurance on those high, just like that other truck we saw earlier. So if you're wanting something to use around the property to move your cars around, well, for the money they're asking for this one, I believe it was $1,500. If that 454 ran good in that manual transmission, uh, I would probably buy this one for parts because I really would love to have that manual 4 speed to put in a project one of these days. Now we're looking at a 85 Classic for $4,000. Looks like it has a factory rallies all the way around. The windshield looks good. The description's in Spanish, and there's one picture. So this one's kind of too hard to judge. Looks like it's straight. But here we go. Here's $11,000 truck. Let's see. Let's see what y'all personal opinions about that. And we have a video. Appears to be charging. Door shuts good. That's remarkable. He didn't have to slam the door 7 times to leave when he was mad at his old lady. Tires look decent. Looks like it's been sprayed a pretty maroon color. That it needs some detail work. I can't tell right now if that's a long bed or short bed because he's too close. The paint on that one actually looks pretty decent. Okay, come on, guy. Let's. Thank you. Still can't tell if it's a long bed or short bed. Let's see what it says in the description. Okay, so it's 85 long bed. Finally figured that out. Original miles, not perfect. I don't believe that's original miles on an 85. I'd have to see documents. Um, Original 305, $11,000 or best offer. And the hood is either dusty or faded. Now that's the way I like the grills look. Probably has your typical glass packs on it or Flowbusters by now. The interior doesn't look bad. It's missing the piece that goes underneath the steering wheel. Oh, here we go to that video. There's not no pictures of the engine, but in the video, let's go back and watch this video because if you look in the video, he said this had 29,000 original miles on it. But I don't think that's a factory color either. Let's see. That engine's pretty dirty and pretty greasy for 29,000 original miles. So, guys, y'all tell me if you think this truck has 29,000 original miles. Let's look at another one. Opiate. Okay. So here's 81, 1500 regular cab, manual transmission, clean title. Uh, 81 C10 with the small block runs good, manual transmission, 4 new tires, and a new windshield. And they believe that truck's worth $7,500. So let's look at this. It is a short bed, so that ups the value right there. Now you would have to check the VIN and make sure it is a factory short bed before you uh, ran off and gave him the money for this truck. Looks like they had to do some body work on the door. Man, that back glass was so clean, I didn't even think it was in there. The interior doesn't look too bad. I want that 4-speed transmission. Okay, on this deal, you would really have to check the VIN number and verify that it was a factory short bed. People are cutting those down or look at the frame. These people are really getting good at that short bed conversion stuff. It does have all 4 rally wheels. That helps up the value of it. Uh, the 81 wasn't a really popular grill style, but y'all have to let me know in this one if you'd buy it or pass on it. I'm trying to stay in one particular area here. Let's scroll down some further. Uh, 92. Okay, let's go back up here and look at this 77. They want $2,500 for. It's a 4-wheel drive. It is a short bed. It does not have a motor and transmission. Apparently, it doesn't have all four headlights or the bumper. Doesn't have a windshield. The body is extremely, extremely straight. It has some, looks like some rust right there. It has some rust back here. But for a K5 four-wheel drive short bed pickup of this statue, the seat actually looks fairly decent. But for a 77, it has the wrong front end on it for a 77. That's an 83, 84, 85, 86, 87 front end. But a lot of people did like the double headlight front end's a lot better. It has a clean title. If I had a motor and transmission laying around and another truck for parts, yes, I would give him, I would talk him down a little bit for just to travel to go get it, but I would give him around $2,000 for that truck. Uh, the short bed four-wheel drive pickups are kind of hard to find, especially with a clean title. $2,200 is what I offer him. I'd minus some fuel costs to go get it and time. Here's a 70 C10. The paint job looks to be a little bit older. The motor compartment seems to be really clean on that. Really, really clean. Chrome will get you home right there. Looks like an older restoration. The bed needs to be repainted. You probably a 90s restoration. That's when those wheels were popular. Or is the bed just white? Might be the bed just white. Tires look fair on it. Bed looks straight. Okay, we like your Walmart $10 center console. The doors have been cut to add speakers. Interior is fairly decent too. Now we're back to the video of the clean engine compartment. Let's see. Let's do some reading here. It was a 70 C10 long bed two-wheel drive pickup, new 350 engine, new 350 turbo transmission, new driveline, 373s, lunchbox, locker, posi track, four four-wheel disc brake conversion. So he wants $13,500 for this truck. Firm, he says. So it is an older restoration. Y'all tell me what you think about the front frame. Golly, I can't even talk right now. Flames on the hood. Overall, it looks like a pretty decent truck, but it would be a good starting truck to restore it back to factory or what you wanted to do. That one I'm unsure about, so comment in the comments. Um, Here's an 83. It's been whammoed in the rear end, whammoed pretty hard. Now he wants $3,500 for this truck. It is a GMC, so you know there's not as many GMCs out there as there are Chevrolets. It has a crate 350. That's a near crate motor. because my car has that same sticker on the motor. Power windows, power locks. Man, it's been whammoed hard on the rear end. It says message for details. And again, to get, and it doesn't say that whether or not it has a title. It doesn't say if it has a title or not, but it says message for details. So if this had a title, uh, you can get these bed pieces as long as that frame wasn't damaged. Most of the time on these bumpers, it just bends the bumper supports. But as long as that frame wasn't damaged, that might be one to work with and negotiate on, because the factory short beds are getting harder to find all day long. Let's look at this one, guys. Let's see. This is 1981 two-wheel drive Jimmy. Let's read the description. They want $16,000 for this truck. It has a lot to read. Read the ad. Selling my 1981 GMC Jimmy, clear title, factory two-wheel drive. I know those are up high in value. Has 305 that's been freshened up, dressed up. Aluminum radiator, electric fans. I don't know what a Smithy eye flywheel is. Drives great. Has a 91 front end, full top conversion. Uh, 4 to 5 drop. $16,000 for this thing. Uh, I know the two-wheel drive Blazers are up in value a bunch. I do like the fact he changed it to the 90, 89. I think it was 88, 89, 91 front end. That does make that truck look a little sweet. Get rid of the white wall tires. Paint looks faded-ish, but it is a full top removal Blazer. And okay, there we go. We get to, okay, he has the newer style seats in it. The steering wheel. Put his factory steering wheel on that. If you're going to have a factory look, just put the factory steering wheel back on the truck. Now, I do like the newer model seats in there. Then again, you're talking a 305 that's all chromed out. So you're just talking about an everyday just cruiser. You're not looking for any kind of horsepower or anything like that. The engine bay does look really, really clean on this one. I guess that's when they were installing the engine. But I'm not 100% sure about this paint job. It has a small dent right there. Either they faded that paint on that one or something. They did something to get it to match, but that looks like an older paint job. Do y'all think this is worth the $16,000 he's asking for it? I think it was $16,000. I'm almost sure it was $16,000. Yeah, $16,000. Y'all believe that's worth $16,000? Let me know. Comment. Let's do a little. We're going to do a couple more, and then I think I'm going to end this video. We've already seen that one. Okay, let's go to this one. It's another high price pickup. It is a short bed 4-wheel drive. So there we go. I said it was high price, but short bed 4-wheel drives are hard to find. It has a pretty good overall looking stance to it. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. It looks, and it probably has the 4 speed in it. The description kind of sucks. 86 short wide Silverado, 4-wheel drive, standard transmission. So I don't know in 86 if they went to a 5 speed transmission or not. But overall, would y'all pay $16,000 for that truck? It is straight though. I don't know. That's not the kind of the vehicles I'm looking for anyway, so I'm not going to comment on that one. Okay, now we got a 1966, $4,000. It's no description. Short and narrow. That door's been caught by the wind and whammied up against the cow. Interior looks like it's mostly complete. It's had a repaint because it looks like it was white and they painted it red. It has some sort of V8, probably a 350, maybe a 305. Still has all 4 drum brakes on it. That would have to be conversioned. Um, Even the disc on front and drums on the rear. If you're going to have a good daily driver, you would want decent brakes on it. it I don't know, guys. On this one, if I ran and drove, excuse me, those trucks are, you can't find them complete. So on that one, $4,000 might be reasonable. It doesn't look like it's all rotted out in the typical places. That one might be a $4,000 truck if that was something you were looking for. Here's a 73 regular cab. I'm looking for this truck. Sold my baby. Okay, he's just looking. This one he was just looking for. He's not trying to sell it. Let's see. Let's just do one or two more. Here's a 67 long bed. Looks fairly straight. It does not say, oh, that's this guy from that town again. Does not say what engine's in it. It does. Oh, it's in Altus, Oklahoma. Golly, I wish I could get my words out today. Runs and drives. Well, that's no one of them messaging guys. You even have to message him and ask him how much he wants for the truck. I'm really trying not to do any repeats here. I don't want to look at any higher price vehicles. Here's another one that I think he wants. Oh, that's a. Oh, it is a pickup. I thought it was a Blazer for a second. Um, I think he's a little bit high here at $6,800 for sure. Has new gas lines, price is negotiable, has custom exhaust, original chrome wheels. Those ain't original chrome wheels at all. Those are Kragers. The pictures are sideways, so you have to turn your head funny. Interior looks fairly nice. It does have a topper on it. Doesn't have the original tail lights. There ain't no way in Goulash land that I'd ever give him $6,800 for that truck. Even if it's a short wide. I said I wasn't going to do any more high price vehicles, but let's go ahead and look at this $20,000 one. They want $20,000 for this pickup right here. There's nothing special about it. It doesn't have the other doors. Um, Looks to be four-wheel drive, manual transmission. It's 84 4-speed K20. $20,000 for this truck. I think he just putting this up for sale to make his wife happy, but he ain't trying to sell it. It's a nice looking truck. Does he really have one of those? He has one of those steering wheel locks on it. He's afraid somebody's going to steal his truck. Oh, but then again, it's the manual. I want that manual. That guys, y'all tell me. Do you think that's a $20,000 truck? Oh, this one we got a '68 short bed. Let's see what it says here. 350 auto trans hooker headers, RV cams, 373 new oil, new spark plugs. Trucker drives to work every day. Comes with stock wheels only. Now, let's back up for a second. Now, I do like the newer style Chevrolet wheels on there. That's what it looks like to me. Stock wheels, new style, stock 20s. I hadn't seen a picture. He wants 15.5 for this truck. There's a picture of the interior. Looks like he took seats out of a newer pickup and put in there, which if they did a gas tank relocation, that is actually kind of wise to do because it actually gives you more room in the cab. The engine bay is nothing to write home about. It needs to be cleaned up. But for the overall truck, being a '68 short wide, 15 is probably right on the money for that truck. Um, because those are starting to get real hard to find. You can find the 3/4 tons and stuff like that, the long beds. I don't know how hard it is to take a 3/4 ton chassis and put the half-ton components under it. Let's go totally off base here. They say this is an 87 Chevy Camaro, 350 engine, project was a work in progress, needs a new starter to get it going. We'll need a trailer to pick it up. That looks like it's a fairly decent car. Has the T-tops. They're trying to put interior in it. Why does everybody get rid of the factory steering wheel? And it's a Z28 car. These are starting to come up in value. Uh, Believe it or not, I'm getting old enough to see that these junk sports cars are actually starting to gain a little ground on the value. $3,500 for that. Probably, I don't know if it said anything about a clean title. That 350 was really, really fresh. I mean, take a borescope and look at it. It does say it has a title. So $3,500 for that car. If it was borescoped, the engine was borescoped, and you knew it was a pretty fresh motor. I don't know where all the interior bits are, but body wise, it looks fairly straight. It doesn't give any pictures of the. Well, there's a partial picture of the back bumper. The bumpers on these things are what you have to watch out for. That's what's going to cost you the money. If the bumpers are good, the interior bits are not that much money. So that's probably a decent price on that car. If that front bumper bit was good. I think I'm going to do one more and call it an end. I'm just trying to find a decent one to. I don't want to do another high dollar truck. There's another ramp truck. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, it's a roller, so that means it doesn't have a motor and transmission. The hood doesn't look to be the factory hood on that truck. Those hoods were real bad about bending and bowing. The interior could use a good cleanup, but the seat overall looks decent. Don't see no rot down here. Hold on, guys. It is a Big 10, but it also looks to appear to be a long bed. Yeah, it is a long bed. Uh, no motor, no transmission. $1,000. I'd give them $1,000 for the rolling chassis. I don't see anything spectacular there that I would want. I want to do more in the lines of what we were looking at before. All right, this will probably be the last one, guys. We're gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna get off of here. Uh, long bed, $3,200. It does have a clean title, so that's helps it. Well, we know it's a dual tank, airbag suspension on the rear, working compressor in the toolbox. It will start. and runs, but it needs some love. I bought it for a project, but willing to sell it for what I paid for. So he doesn't know much about the truck. It looks super straight. That would be probably a good candidate to do a short bed conversion on. It doesn't look like it has any rust. The interior definitely needs a seat. It has one rally I saw so far. The tailgate looks dentless. Now that might be a 2,800, $3,000 truck, depending on how it ran and drove. If it shifted through all the gears, even if it wasn't running quite right, you could put a carburetor kit in it and tune up. And that one, seeing how it's a complete truck, would make a wonderful short bed conversion truck. Um, $3,200. He's probably not out of the realm very far in that one. Um, but it would make a good short bed conversion truck because it's all there and it is straight. It is very straight. I think the worst part on the whole truck is probably this part of the fender right here and that seat. So 25 to 3 grand is somewhere in their price range I'd give them. So, all right, I'm getting off of here. Y'all have a great day, and I hope you like this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.